Okay, here's the next question, the last one, and it will bridge over to the last session of today, which is about the future, namely the aging of people. So this is a quite simple question about, of all the new seniors in the world, 65 plus people, what share will be in high-income countries? Like, what share of aging population is in high-income countries? That's what we are asking here. Is it 15, 35, or 55? The majority. I don't know what's good and bad here, really. It's more of a demographic ignorance that we're measuring. And the correct answer is 15%. It's a small fraction. And now that I introduced to you that there are low, middle, and high income, you realize the other ones are quite many, and they are healthier. Here's the population pyramid without women and men. It's only people back in 1950, and people got older and older and had new children, and fertility rate changed. Today the world looks like this. It's a consequence of the past, how the shape of the pyramid looks. This is the world today. Let's move forward and see the UN population forecast into 2100. We're moving even further. Here you can see the high-income countries. It's a rectangle, more or less, right? Very predictable generation sizes. Same thing goes for upper middle by the end of the century. Right now, they're going to see, within the next 80 years, they're going to see a decline in all generation sizes, right? And down here, that's China and India, basically. And then at the bottom, we have the low income, where the number of children are still increasing, but it's expected to become flat as well. The question was asking between 24 and 2050. Here are the new seniors, right? The light shade is today, and then the extra people are highlighted. That's 15%. So if you produce, say, diabetes medicine, here are your customers. This is where the new, of course, they have less money, but some of them are quite rich. So if we look at that actually as the number of people on 50 plus instead of 65, because diabetes, for example, starts being more prevalent there. The percentage of these old people with diabetes is actually the same everywhere. So let's instead imagine this is a rough forecast of diabetes in the future. This is what to expect. And this is when we confuse those at the bottom as being developing countries, we don't realize that in the middle group here, the middle income countries, we have the largest increase of old people ever in human history to expect in the future. That's where the aging population is largest, right? So I want to summarize my participation here by putting all these images together into one big future worldview. So at the top, let's look at communicable diseases. As people get richer, they die and suffer less from infections, bacteria and viruses, right? That's the communicable. That's the burden of disease, DALYs, per 100,000. The share instead becomes non-communicable, such as cancer and diabetes, etc. Let's not forget the dying children. So we put them into the picture because you will not suffer from these disabilities unless you survive childhood, right? It's easy to start talking about non-communicable in high income as if that problem was solved over there. It is not. In the future then, more people there, and if people get richer, child mortality can decline. I think that's the future of health. Thank you.